Hey folks, welcome to Michael Romeo Talks Books. I'm Michael Romeo. I'm the one who does the talking about books. Why? Because I love books. I also love tags, and this is a tag. It's a really creative one. I'm glad I was tagged in it. It's called the In Your Wildest Dreams tag. And it was created by Heather Reeds. So go check out her channel. Um, it's very interesting, lots of fun. And I was tagged by Will Chambers. I'll link both of them down below so you can check out both the channels because they're both worth checking out. Okay, so as this tag goes, in your wildest dreams. Okay, it says, in as much detail as you can, describe these things. In as much detail as you can. Boy, can I get wordy with detail. Here goes. How long is this going to be? Let's see, we're already a minute and a half into this. Okay. So, first prompt. There are 5 prompts. First prompt. Your fantasy time and place to read a book. Your fantasy time and place to read a book. My fantasy place to read a book would be on the balcony of a villa in Tuscany overlooking the ocean. The wonderful ocean breeze coming in, sun shining, sparkling on the water. And a housekeeper or servant of some sort to bring me endless pots of tea or a cool drink should I decide to go on a cool drink. Oops, sorry about that. Kicked my table here. Straighten it back out. There we go. But definitely Tuscany, overlooking the water, probably for time, I would say morning and evening. You know, dawn and dusk would probably be my favorite times to be out there reading. But that's my fantasy time and place to read a book. Prompt 2. Your fantasy personal library, or your personal library if you have attained your fantasy. My fantasy personal library is just simply to have enough room for a personal library. I don't have a small house, but I guess I've got, well, I don't even have a lot of furniture. But just the way the house is designed, there's not really a great place for bookshelves. I've got this one here, but it's a little runt of a bookshelf. I've got some. I'm going to have to do a story on this one sometime. But up there at ceiling height are some shelves so that they go the entire length of my hallway. And there are books up there. And, you know, there's just enough room to put the book between the shelf and the ceiling. Yeah, so, oops, I've got a clock alert. Oh, there we go. That's gone. So much for Do Not Disturb. But yeah, but that's my storage right now. And I've got some more storage. I got to find some more storage because I've got boxes of books. They were in my, my brother-in-law used to live with us, and he is now deceased a couple of years ago. And a lot of our books and his books were just in boxes in his room. But now I've got somebody else moving into the house, into that room. So we're clearing out the boxes. And we've got to find some way to store them. Some place to store them. And I don't know how it's going to happen. So yeah, my fantasy library is one that can hold all the books that I want. In some way, shape, or form. Yeah, that would be nice. Number 3. Imagine you have decided to build a bookshop. What would you call it? Would you sell new or secondhand books? Would it sell anything else? What features would you want in that shop? Well, let's take them in order, I guess. You've decided to build a bookshop. What would you call it? I would call it the Chapter House. I have actually dreamed of having a bookshop called the Chapter House. So that one's an easy one to answer. And it would sell secondhand books and collectible books, rare collectible books, antique books, as well as popular secondhand books. And what else would I sell? I would sell treats and tea and coffee. I'd include coffee, and though I drink coffee, but not like I drink tea. And yeah, so coffee and tea and some treats. You can't have the treats and the coffee and the tea where the books are, though, because it might mess up the books. So you have to sit at the table and have those, like, proper person. And what else there? What features would you have in this shop? I would love to have, and I don't know how would pull it off or what would be on the other side, but I would love to have one of those where you pull the book off the shelf and the shelves rotate to reveal a hidden room. And just have it there and just, until somebody goes to pull the book off the shelf and reveals it, and oh, what a surprise, and just, everybody in the shop is like, ah. But I would love to have that as a feature. I think that would be loads of fun. And let's not tell anybody about it. Just let them find it. And let's see, the next one. One person, not a booktube creator, with whom you can have a good conversation about books. If you don't know a person like this, who do you know that you wish would become a reader so that you could talk books with them? Well, I do have one person, and that's my wife. I can talk about books with my wife. It's not often that we're able to talk about the same book because we don't often read the same book. She has in her maturing has found a taste for cozy mysteries, and I'm just not big on cozy mysteries. And I still read what I read, popular fiction from the 70s, 80s, 90s, 20th century fiction, and also contemporary fiction, and a little bit of nonfiction here and there. But we can talk about the books we're reading, tell each other about them, and the other one can comment about what the other one's saying, and but it's rare that we can talk about the same book. But yeah, we can talk about books. That's the one person in my life, and literally, is the one person in my life that I can talk about books with. No, take that back. My sister, my sister, who lives in Florida. We don't see each other often because she's in Florida and I'm in North Carolina, which is not really that far away. But there are other situations that keep my wife and I from traveling, and same with my sister. But yeah, I've talked about books with my sister on the phone. Again, not often is it the same book, but we can share books. Let's see, number 5. If you won £1 million, or dollars, or yen, or euros, and you could spend it on books or book-related items, how would you spend it? £1,000,000. That's a lot of pounds. That's a lot of dollars. Yeah, nor euros. I would have to say I would build an addition onto the house, though I'm not sure where because I'm pretty much filling up the lot as it is. Or find a house. I might just find a house that has that storage that I'm looking for books. That has a whole room that's nothing but a library, and I'm talking a big room. Yeah, that would be what I'd do. That'd be my book-related items. I'd fill up the books with, and the money, and with what I already have, and yeah, that would be it. I have one fantasy creating the one of the previous fantasies, so that would work. And that's it, except for tagging people. I need to make notes here on who I'm tagging because I haven't thought of anybody yet. I just jumped right into this. I saw it today, this morning, and I went, I want to do this tag. And Will was nice enough to tag me in it. So I am going to tag because I love to hear people ramble on about these issues, and I'm sure that's why the tag was created, because they are great topics. And I'm going to go with AJ at Reading This Life, Floss at Grape Jelly Library, Farah at Bookstalgic, and Jolene at Bookworm Adventure Girl, Greg at Another Bibliophile Reads, and Alan at what's this channel called? Big Hard Books and Classics, I think it's called. If it's not, I apologize, Alan, but I'll get the tag right. That's good. That's 6. So we'll go with that. Thank you, Will, for tagging me in this. It's great topics. And thank you all for watching. As always, leave your comments below. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Give it a thumbs up. All that fun stuff. And we'll catch you on the flip side. How many of you are old enough to know what that means? Catch you on the flip side. That actually has source material on it. Okay, that wasn't sauce material. That was source material. Yes. Talk to y'all later. Bye.